Folarin Balogun chose a flag he'd never sung to. England let him walk. America demanded a savior. Watch his eyes after he scores. It's not joy, it's calculation. He looks at the crowd before he even looks at the net. Every single goal is just a down payment on a debt he chose to owe. England is still watching, waiting for the check to bounce. Born in Brooklyn, home before the end of the summer, his parents were visiting from Nigeria. 3 weeks later, they were back in London. That's the whole story. No dramatic odyssey, just a flight. He grows up on London streets. Arsenal scouts him at 8 years old. He wears the 3 lions through the youth ranks. 13 caps for England's under-21s. 7 goals. The path looks paved, but goals at under-21 level don't guarantee a seat at the table. He's loaned out. Middlesbrough first. Solid, unspectacular. Then Reims, and something clicks. 19 goals in League One. Trading shots with Mbappe for the Golden Boot conversation. This is supposed to be the season that forces a senior call-up. It doesn't come. Not banned. Not dropped. Just unmentioned. England's frontline is stacked. Kane, Watkins, Wilson, and stacked rosters don't make room for maybes. Meanwhile, an ocean away, someone's taking notes. The USMNT doesn't wait for him to get desperate. Their interim coach flies to Florida to meet him in person. Players he grew up with in the Arsenal Academy start calling, not recruiters, friends. There's no looming World Cup deadline. The last one already happened, and he watched it from outside. In May 2023, he signs the papers. FIFA approves it. One signature changes everything. Walk away from a footballing superpower, and you don't walk away clean. England will watch every miss now, waiting for him to prove them right. America will watch every touch now, demanding he prove he was worth the wait. He arrives to a federation that's been courting him for a year, not a country desperate for a stranger. Within weeks of the switch, he's on the field. He scores his first goal in a Nations League final win over Canada. The marketing machine catches up fast. His face goes up next to Christian Pulisic's. The future, the duo to push this team somewhere it's never been. Pulisic is a son of the soil. Born in Hershey, Pennsylvania, raised inside the program from childhood. Because he belongs to the soil will always forgive him. A bad match for Pulisic is a tragedy. A slump is just a hurdle. He is theirs. But Balogun volunteered. He didn't inherit the jersey, he picked it after weighing his options. And in America, a volunteer isn't a son, he's an investment. If Pulisic fails, they weep for him. If Balogun fails, the transaction sours. The narrative flips overnight. That striker who chose us instantly becomes the English reject who couldn't crack a stacked depth chart back home. Pulisic plays for his country. Balogun is still proving he belongs to one. 5,000 miles away, England keeps half an eye on the highlights. They aren't rooting for him, they're keeping score. Every heavy touch becomes a data point. Every empty game gets filed next to the old Reims tape, the one that should have earned him a senior cap and never did. The pundits don't say his name with anger. They say it with a shrug. He clearly didn't fancy fighting for it. Cut to now, the 2026 World Cup, on home soil, the stage he picked all this for. He's already scored twice in a single match, the first USMNT player to manage that at a World Cup in nearly a century. For one night, the math works. The investment pays a dividend, but a brace doesn't retire the debt. It just refinances it. The cameras don't stop looking for the other outcome. One quiet game, and the praise curdles fast. The chosen son becomes the cautionary tale. By choosing this path, he gave up the right to be average. A bad day isn't just a bad day anymore. It's evidence, for whichever side wants to use it. The check cleared this time. The next one comes due in the next match. When we push an athlete to the edge of two identities, what are we actually watching for? Proof that he conquered the pressure, or just waiting, a little, to see him break? He chose a flag his family put down decades ago. England let the door close slowly. America walked through it first. He didn't get a shortcut. He got a longer audition, on a bigger stage, with no home crowd that forgives by default. England is still watching, not waiting for him to fail, just never quite finished deciding whether they should have kept him. Because a debt like this isn't paid off. It's just renewed, one performance at a time. He chose a country that wanted him more than the one that made him. That's not betrayal. That's just what happens when patience runs out on both sides. If this story pulled you in, you're going to want the next one too. Hit subscribe and stay with us for more.